This episode of Walt Disney World Today is brought to you by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, who specialize in cruises and vacation packages to Disney and other destinations around the world. MEI and Mouse Fan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner and the recommended travel planner for allears.net. They provide their signature services with no additional agency fees. To get a no-obligation quote, just visit www.mousefantravel.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Wednesday, October 17th, 2007, and this is episode 323 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from the news, StudioCentral.com. Don't forget this Friday we have our launch party. More details on our show notes. On the episode today, we have Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Len, how are things?
Things are well, Matt. How are you?
Good.
Good. Don't give me any of that.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
On the show today, we also have Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com and Allears.net. Welcome, Mike.
Impossible? No, sir. This may be improbable, but believe me, it's not.
Timekeeper.
Impossible.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get that.
I wouldn't have gotten it.
All that build-up before the show. Oh, you guys are never going to get this one. You know, here's the problem though. Anything that we have decent MP3 audio for,
Exactly.
you're never gonna. It's to listen to stuff all the time.
Exactly.
And on the show, we also have my man, Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. And Mike, those aren't pillows.
Ew.
I just got the
Trains, automobiles.
I just
I
got
need
the
a
visual. Yeah, I gotta
I
go.
need another one.
It's Wednesday, and we're answering listener questions from everyone on the internet that we can squeeze into 30 minutes or less. And our first one comes from Lisa, a.k.a. Samby Cat, who writes, "Hello, boys. Can't locate a link on the website where I can download your fabulous theme song, words and all. Help." Well,
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of requests for that, so we're going to put it up with this show.
there you go. Cool. So we thank Lisa. Next email is from... Next email is from Gary, who writes, "Hi guys, as a loyal listener and MouseFest attendee, I'm the one who made the comment that I listen when I have nothing better to do. I have a question.
I remember him.
I have a question for the distinguished panel of experts. I often travel to Walt Disney World solo. Many times while dining elsewhere, I enjoy sitting at the bar and ordering dinner there. Last March, while visiting Walt Disney World with my family, we went to the California Grill, and while waiting for our table, we sat at the bar. My question is this. Does the California Grill, or any other restaurant, have a food menu at the bar? If so, this would be a great way for a solo guest to go and enjoy an upscale restaurant without taking up a table for a larger group. See you at MouseFest."
It's a great idea.
I have a perfect answer for this. In the studios, if you want to have the food that's at the 50s Primetime Cafe, you just go to the Tune-In Lounge, which is right next to it.
Exactly.
And you go to the bar, and they have the same exact menu over there. So you can order everything off the menu, and there's also a wide selection of beverages over there. The only caveat is you have to eat at the bar. You can't, sit in one of the chairs over there that's off the bar. You have to be at the bar, but it's fantastic. I'll post a link to in the show notes to an article I wrote about it, but it's a little secret that I guess isn't so much a secret anymore. You guys have any other
That's a great
suggestions?
idea. No, I think so you can't do it. I know at the Animal Kingdom Lounge you can't. They've got a different menu than at the whatever the bar is there. Versus
Victoria Falls.
Victoria Falls, but you can sit at the bar in Chico and order just about anything. But that's a little bit different because you get to watch the servers make the appetizers there. I don't think that's quite the same question. What about at the yacht club? Can you?
I've done it peaches and cream.
Yeah. What about at Yachtsman though?
What was that? Yeah.
At Yachtsman though, what's the place right next door to Yachtsman Steakhouse? They've got a bar there as well, and I don't know what you can order there. That's a good question. Now we're gonna have to investigate that. That's a great question and potentially a very good tip. Well, peaches and cream is it's not the same kind of question, right? It's not
I don't know you anymore. I don't know you anymore.
You're dead to me.
Next email is from Brian Ripper, who's the co-host of the All About the Mouse Disney podcast, who writes, "Hey guys, first of all, I'd like to say happy holidays and happy New Year to you guys. I'm sure by the time this email makes it on the show, these greetings will be relevant. My question is regarding Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. This is the only moderate resort that I had yet to stay at on property. For some reason, it always seems to book to capacity, so I was thrilled that I was finally able to book this resort for Mousefest 2007. I was wondering if Len, or any of you for that matter, had building or room recommendations. Really, there are only two things that matter to us. First of all, we'd like to be within close walking distance of the food court. Secondly, since we will almost always be driving our own car everywhere we go, I'd like a room that is very close to the parking lot. I hate having to walk 1.5 miles through the labyrinth of hallways and corridors like you have to at many of the other moderate and value resort buildings. Anyway, thanks for getting this email in a timely manner, and keep up the great work."
All right.
Go ahead.
So you got some conflicting requirements there with regarding the parking and the close to the lobby thing. Mike, do you have preferences at Coronado Springs?
I'm trying to bring up the map. It's a convention center, Len. So I like to stay on the left side, on the right side. I like to stay. Rancheros, I forget what they're called.
Yeah, the cabanas and the ranchos.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. So the closest cabanas to the main lobby are 9B like Boy. The problem with that is that it's not quite as close to parking as there's no parking directly near Cabanas 9B. 9A, which is sort of if the Coronado Springs is a clock face and the lobby of restaurant and shops are at 6 o'clock, Cabanas would be at like 5:30. Cabanas 9B would be at 9B. Cabanas 9A would be like at 4 o'clock. Cabanas 8B would be like at 3 o'clock. The problem with that is only 9A and 8B have parking near them in terms of the Cabanas. Well, Cabanas 8A does too, but you're looking at like 2 o'clock there. So that's a pretty decent hike from the main lobby. I've actually stayed at 8A, and I like it quite a bit. I like 8A and 8B because they're close to the main pool and quiet pools, and they're also close to the bus stop number 4.
Yeah. I stayed at 8A also. Wasn't too bad.
If you want distance, quietness, the farthest you can get away from the lobby and restaurant shops are Ranchos 7A, and there's ample parking back there. The problem is you're sort of between two bus stops 3 and 4. But that looks to be probably the most quiet set of rooms. I've actually walked through every floor of every building of Coronado Springs, and I'm telling you, it took me the better part of
you can get lost there.
It took me an entire morning to do it, and I'm talking like from starting at 7 a.m. to finishing it up probably like 2:30, something like that, and it was a hike. It's big. I think people like to Scopa's point about staying on the right side of the resort. Left side of the resort are the casitas, which are connected to the convention center, which is, I think, why you get more convention traffic over there. Don't you think?
I agree.
Yeah, it's just so I think Cabanas 9B, Cabanas 9A, those are two really good choices. If you want to go 8A, which is a little bit farther from the lobby, you're closer to the main pool, you're closer to the bus stop, you've got some parking nearby. That one wouldn't be bad either. Those are the choices.
Next email is from Shane from Snellville, Georgia, who writes, "Hey, Matt, Mike, and Len. I'm not going to the parks anytime soon, so that will save you the trip date joke here. I actually have a question about dining in Walt Disney World. I'm trying to save money by not going to sit-down restaurants, but frankly, I'm sick of the average hamburgers and chicken tenders. Where in the world would you suggest I find unique counter service? Obviously, the World Showcase in Epcot, but where else?"
Flame Tree Barbecue in Animal Kingdom. Pretty much anything in the Animal Kingdom. Not anything. That's probably a bad thing to say. I think the Yak and Yeti Market. I think Flame Tree Barbecue. Yak and Yeti when it opens. Flame Tree Barbecue would be a good choice.
I would recommend at the studios the ABC Commissary has a variety. They do have burgers, but they have also nice. Get the Asian stir fry. It's fantastic. I really enjoy it.
Is it?
As well as that's really good. For Asian food, they do a pretty good job considering it's Disney World. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But they also have some really interesting dishes they have over there. The other one I would recommend at the studios is the Flatbread Grill, which always has some interesting, again, non-burger food.
Yeah, I just don't like the portion sizes there.
I know, they're small. They're great for people trying to lose weight.
Yeah, but for you and I, who always get the you need to gain weight, you and me.
That's right. We're always trying to put on some extra pounds.
It's just I can't. It's just the wind blows and I just go along like a leaf. In the Magic Kingdom, which is really not known for its diverse cuisine, El Pirata y El Perico, which is the Pirate and Parrot across from Pirates of the Caribbean. If it's ever open, there's a really good taco salad. You guys ever had that?
I got a tip for you, Len, on that one. The taco salad is amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
and if it's not open, you can get the same exact taco salad at Pico's Bills. It's the same kitchen. I asked them about it because I saw it on the menu, and I asked, "Is this the same one they have over there?" They're like, "Yeah, it's the same kitchen."
Back-to-back kitchen, yeah.
Yep.
Is it really?
Yeah, so you can get and that's always there.
You can get it at
but there's
Pecos
something about
Bills too.
What's that?
Is what?
So you can get it at Pecos Bills too. Not Pecos Bills, but Pecos Bills.
Pecos Bills, like the P-I-C-O-S. The other thing about Pirate and Parrot that I like is it has the best bathrooms in all of the Magic Kingdom. Because no one ever goes there. Everything's clean. It's quiet. It's cool.
What are you doing there? It's quiet. It's cool. What are you doing in there?
As soon as I started talking, I knew it was a problem.
I enjoy a nice private bathroom as well.
I'm just saying, when it's hot and you've always been.
I don't want to know anymore.
Next email is from
the Marlin Terrace Noodle Station. If it's also open, is pretty.
About the Kringla Bakery at Cafe.
Well, we already said at Epcot, right?
Yeah. Besides Epcot, I mean that's a given.
Okay.
Next email is from CJ in Irmo, South Carolina, who writes, "Mangello, everyone.
Mangello.
My family and I are planning a short trip to Disney in January for my son's 14th birthday. While down there, we're planning to stay at both Scopa Towers and the Polynesian. My questions are, what would be your recommendation for a standard view room at the Polynesian that may have a view of either the lagoon or perhaps even a view of the Magic Kingdom?"
Oh, man. So Steve Seifert and I were just talking about this. Do you guys want to go ahead and discuss while I work my way through this? I would definitely check out his Steve's site, the Tiki Man site, because we actually went building by building and room by room to go over. So definitely put it in the show notes. The room, if I recall correctly, it was
non-concierge, right?
Non-concierge.
Yes,
I think it was
standard view room.
Was it
and he wants
Tahiti.
Oh, Tukalau. So there's Tukalau. So Tukalau runs north to south. It actually runs perpendicular to Hawaii and Tahiti. Recall that Hawaii is the main concierge building, and all of the rooms to the north face the Magic Kingdom. Now Tukalau has a couple of rooms that technically face Hawaii, but if you walk out onto your balcony or to your patio and you just turn to your right, you'll be able to see the Magic Kingdom. So definitely check Steve Seifert's site there for Tukalau. I think you can also do the same thing at Samoa on an end room at Samoa, and then possibly
Samoa. Really?
Samoa, yeah. If you look at Samoa, Samoa is close to the pool. Okay, so if Hawaii, if we're thinking of the Polynesian as a clock dial again, Hawaii is at 12 o'clock position, Samoa is at the 9 o'clock position. Right. But there's a little bit of overlap. There's a little bit of area where Samoa juts out past the edge of Hawaii to where those end rooms might have a decent view of at least the Seven Seas Lagoon. The other thing I would say is I can't pronounce it. Aotearoa.
That's way in the south. That's the southwest.
It's right. Very good. It's the southwest, and then possibly Tonga. But I think.
What about Tuvalu? What about Tuvalu? Steve?
That's definitely going to be a lagoon view, isn't it?
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Unless you get an end unit where you can just walk out.
Well, I mean, CJ's looking for either a lagoon view or a view of the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, so
Tahiti
I think Tokelau is definitely yeah, but Tahiti you're going to pay for it, right? He's asking for a standard view room that gets the lagoon view, and I think Tokelau is his best bet, or Samoa.
Good luck.
Definitely check check
Tonga. Would Tonga work? No, I guess that wouldn't work. That's a lagoon. Because you get a view of the marina, but I don't know.
That counts. And remember, anything that's water counts. Definitely check Steve's site, because I'm sure he's got that exact question answered.
CJ also wants to know, what resort-specific activities for the Polynesian can you recommend? When we stayed at Emerald Kingdom Lodge last summer, there were several activities for children throughout the resort. We're planning at least one sit-down meal at Ohana's. Which do you recommend, breakfast or dinner?
I think they're both good.
Yeah. Also take a tour of the Dole Whip dispenser at Captain Cook's.
Any recommendations for activities?
Yeah, you just walk to the beach by itself is pretty fun. We for Tiki Fest, my Hannah and I went. My daughter Hannah went, and she enjoyed just sitting on the
swing.
What are they called? Hammocks. Thank you. The hammocks and listening
Passing
to the. Hey, she did actually pass out. It's a great story. Have I told you yet?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right. But she enjoyed watching the boats go back and forth and just hanging out on the hammock, and it was relatively cool because it was getting ready to rain, and it was good.
CJ also writes, keep up the good work on the podcast. Not only are they informative to both newbies and Disney files alike, but they're extremely entertaining. I make it a point to include links to some of your archive shows when I'm asked by coworkers who are planning their first trip to see the parks.
Oh, cool.
So
Thanks.
We thank CJ for that. Next email is from Gwen Dupuis of Bradford, New Hampshire, only 1 hour north of Scopa.
Was that a town?
Yeah, I know how.
Scopa Towers, Scopa Town.
Hi there. I was listening to a recent podcast, and one of you made a comment about not trusting the in-room fridge to keep milk cold. Why is that? Have you had any problems with the refrigerator in the past? Is it a waste of money to rent one for a week? My husband and I love the show. I find myself laughing out loud all the time. See you at MouseFest 2007. Who said that?
So,
I don't remember that at all.
I think we made comments. It could be me. I did.
Just want to clarify that.
Go ahead. Back in the day, some of them were not so much refrigerators as like beverage chillers, right?
Yep.
So the thing you have to ask is, and I'm sure a quick call to Disney will resolve this, is it an actual refrigerator that I can store dairy products in, or is it a beverage chiller?
I know that they're okay to store medicine in, because if you request, you say you have medicine that needs a refrigerator, they're of the quality to keep medicine good. So obviously that's okay. I would think they'd be okay, especially because these are mini fridges, and you can always adjust the dial internally, and you can get it pretty cold in there. I mean, the freezer's a little, you got to leave it in there for a while for something to actually freeze, but I found them to be pretty good.
Oh, cool. Very good.
And the other thing, a little tip there, if you don't want to pay for the refrigerator because it might stink, you don't have to. Just ask for one and tell them. Don't just say you have medicine and you need a refrigerator. They won't ask for anything. They'll get it to you for free. So there's a free little tip.
Oh, what if you don't actually have the medicine, though?
Like me? Then I've done it many, many times. Don't worry about it.
Oh, dude, bad karma, man. I'm just saying.
Thief.
It's all right. It's all right. We're just evening out the universe, right? That's the way I see it.
By what? By making up for all the people that have good karma? Go ahead. All right. Whatever. All right, go ahead.
Next email is from Stephanie, who writes, Hi, guys. I'm hoping that you get to my question before I leave. I love listening to all of you. First of all, we're going to Port Orleans Riverside from December 18th to the 22nd. That's me, my husband, 4 kids, ages 11, 8, 5, and 2. What are your all take as far as room size for us, resort amenities, etc.? They're staying at Port Orleans Riverside. I know there's a trundle bed, but wonder if an air mattress would be better as far as comfort.
Are they bringing the air mattress themselves?
Yeah, I would assume so, because Disney's not going to provide it.
Man, yeah, okay, that's true. I just don't want to make sure that they didn't think it was available and we're heading down there on the assumption that it was. Okay.
Good point.
Then, okay, so the thing with Riverside is that it's huge. So the closest rooms, and I'd imagine that you'd want to be fairly close to be able to get people to the lobby fast, so you guys can eat and stuff like that, and you don't want to be dragging the kids all around everywhere. On Magnolia Bend, buildings 90 and 85, actually 90 and 95 are probably the closest, and then in Alligator Bayou, probably building 14 is the closest.
I just think they're going to be too crowded in whatever room they pick.
What is that? Six people? That's
six people in one room.
So granted, that's a lot of people in a room, especially in a room like that. But
family suite. Go for the family suite at the All-Star Resort. It's a much better alternative, I think.
Maybe cost is an issue there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think 6 in one room is going to really be pushing it. Obviously, parents.
No. I'm saying but.
Cost?
Yeah, it would. But so maybe 2 rooms at a value resort or the value suite.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
May not be that much more.
I think you'd definitely be happier with two value rooms than one moderate.
For some reason, I think Len will know the answer to this question. Stephanie also wants to know: have you ever ordered a Christmas tree from Disney to put in your room? I see they only have one tree to pick from. The price is $300, and they're beautiful. But would any of you get one?
Not. Wait, hold on. Not in a moderate room. Not in a moderate resort room.
Not in a moderate room.
You need. I mean, that you would not be able to move in the room at all. They'd have to take the table out.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Six
at all.
people and a Christmas tree.
And a Christmas tree. It's a great idea.
And an air mattress.
And an air mattress. Yeah, if you had the suite, you would do it, but you don't want to put all that stuff in the room. Although they do look pretty good. I'm sure Disney does a great job on it for $300.
Well, maybe we're being a little. I mean, we're not talking munchkins, are we? We're talking regular-sized people, right?
Well, no. I mean, 11. I deleted the email, but I mean, 11 years old is the oldest, and then it goes down from there to about a 2-year-old. I just think it's a lot of people in one room. Could you do it? Yeah. Would you be pleased with the situation after a couple of days? I don't think so.
So here's the thing we always tell people to do is, and I forget the exact square footage of the. Does anybody remember the exact square footage of the rooms at Port Orleans Riverside? It's in the 320s, right?
Something like that.
It's in the 320s, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So. Hold on, I actually have it here. Port Orleans Riverside. 314. That's right. 314. That's what I thought it was. So 314. So 314 square feet is, they're what, about 14 feet wide?
Yeah. Sure.
And about 22 feet long. So get some masking tape. You buy a $1 roll of masking tape, go out in your driveway, and mark up a block that's 22.5 feet long and 14 feet wide. And imagine 6 people, 2 beds, a Christmas tree. All in that,
and the air mattress,
and the air mattress,
and a table.
So in that 314 square feet, about somewhere around 50 or 60 square feet, about 50 square feet. I take that back. 8 by 6. Yeah, maybe 50 square feet are going to be bathroom space. So mark that off in one corner, like an 8 by 6.5, 6.25 square for the shower and the commode and stuff like that. That's what you've got left, and then you've got to put in a TV, cabinets, drawer space to put all your stuff in. The door has to swing. You'll have a table. See if you can put 6 people in that and feel comfortable at it. I really like this masking tape idea. I think it's a fabulous idea to get an idea of how much space you're going to have.
I've got 2 words for these people: vacation home.
Oh, what a great idea!
It's going to be just about the same, if not cheaper, in the long run. Go with that.
That might be the way to go. That's actually a great idea. Like, so great that I'm amazed you thought of it.
Gee, that was a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one.
I mean that I didn't think of it first. That's what I meant by it.
Assuming they don't mind staying off the property.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for that, you could save some money on food. You could
save your family.
It's one and only time going down. You don't know.
Dude, I don't know, man.
After a couple days
still, you
like
go to the pool. It's your own pool. Woo.
Yeah,
that's true.
In December.
Next email is from Renee Barnett of Cincinnati, Ohio, who writes, "Hi all. Thanks for a wonderful podcast. You have a wealth of knowledge about Disney. I've been listening since episode 153. You guys are the best. We're going to the world in October. There are 6 of us on this trip. 3 adults, a 14-year-old, a 9-year-old, her first trip, and a 2.5-year-old, her 6th trip. We're staying at Scopa Towers. We picked Scopa Towers because our daughter, the 2.5-year-old, loves to play in the Goofy water area. We got 2 preferred rooms. Where are the preferred rooms located? We'd like to be near the Goofy water, but we don't want to be a long walk from the parking lot. We drive our own car everywhere. What would you suggest?" Scopa?
Okay. Preferred rooms are, I believe they're in the part of the 50s, part of the 60s, and part of the 70s. Most of those rooms are located as close as possible to the Hippy Dippy pool, which is right where the food court is and the Classic Hall is. Now, you can find yourself staying in the same building as the preferred rooms, but you'd be staying in a non-preferred room. One thing I'd like to point out, and that is that the preferred rooms are going to be very noisy. There's going to be noise from the pool. There's going to be noise from the bar. There's the bar that's at the pool. There'll be noise just from the traffic. So that's something to keep in mind. Although the buildings are solid, and once you close the door, a lot of the sounds are left out there. There's still possibility that it may not be to your liking. So that's something to take into consideration. The other thing is that when you're at Pop Century, it's designed, the parking has not been designed too well, but the resort itself has been designed so that you're really not that far. You're no more than 5 minutes away from Classic Hall. So keep that in mind. The real issue is the parking. Also, keeping along that line, if you do find yourself staying in a preferred room, you will be the furthest from the parking lot. I guarantee that if you're staying in the 60s, you are the furthest from the parking lot. Possibly a portion of the 70s is the same. So that's something to keep in mind.
Interesting. We have time for one last email, and it's going to be from Art Hannah, who writes, "Hi, guys. First, let me say that I don't miss a podcast. I hope you can tell me something, though. We're planning a trip to the world in August 2008, and so I hope I'm sending this message early enough for maybe get to this one. My question is, how soon should I start planning for this trip? There will be 2 families going, and we would like to stay on property, a total of 9 of us, 4 adults, 5 children, ages 6 and 13. Should I book room only, annual pass, go with a package, and wait and see if Disney offers free dining? Any suggestions would be great."
So the first thing to do is start looking at your dining right now, because dining is even more difficult to get than a particular room. So if you're going in August, that means you'll have to know sometime in either late January or early February. Sometime in February you'll have to know when you want to dine. So that means gearing up on, for example, the new reviews of Teppan Edo, of the new Tutto Italiano place, all that if you want to dine there. I think getting those down first will tell you too whether once you make the reservations, whether you'll want to be on the dining plan, which is another big question that people always have. And I think we're all in agreement here that you want to see if you can get your reservations at your first or second choice restaurants before deciding to commit to the dining plan, right?
Yep.
That's always good advice. And the next thing after that is, once you have that down, I would look at mousesavers.com for what historically have been the discounts available during August. There's almost always some sort of annual pass discount or AAA membership discount. I've had really good luck this year with my AAA membership discount. In fact, I'm getting deeper discounts off of that than I am from my annual pass. And a AAA membership, I think, is only like $42 or $45 for me in North Carolina. It's a really good value because I think all of my reservations this year, at least since March, have been using the AAA membership. So I had 6 nights I had 3 nights in June, 3 nights in July. My upcoming 3 nights in October were all on AAA. My 4 nights in December are all on the AAA discount because it was better than I could get for the AP discount. So in addition to looking for APs, you might also want to see if a AAA membership is available too. I know certain Disney-only travel agents will give you that AAA membership discount information and tell you whether it's beneficial for you to join AAA ahead of time. I would do that as an option as well.
Yes, I would start planning the trip really once you're within the window of being able to book your dining reservations. That's what it sounds like to me, Len, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Good. Well, this episode again of Walt Disney World Today has again been sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, specializing in cruises and vacation packages to Disney and other destinations around the world. MEI and Mouse Fan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner and the recommended travel planner for allears.net. They provide their signature services with no additional agency fees. So to get an obligation quote, just visit www.mousefantravel.com. And if you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.